Okay, so you are not going to believe this. Actually, no. Okay, if you've been in the Roblox community for longer than 5 minutes, you probably will believe this. This is not the craziest thing to ever happen. So the developer of Pet Simulator, yes, Preston or Big Games, whatever you want to call whoever is behind Pet Simulator, it's exactly the same guy that we've always talked about every time we talk about Pet Simulator doing something kind of ridiculous. Also the same guy who once got another Roblox game completely taken down just because it dared to have the square-shaped pets in it. Pretty much the same as what Pet Simulator has, you know, inside of Pet Simulator games you will find these pets that are also in the shape of squares. Like that's some kind of revolutionary concept that it just equips him with the power to completely take down other Roblox games if they have pets in them that are the same shape. But now he has been accused of straight up copying the entire idea behind Grow a Garden, which just so happens to be the most popular game on the platform right now. To be honest, I'm not too caught up with Roblox. I didn't even know that this existed, but it's crazy to see how popular it is right now. Like literally someone tweeted calling him a hypocrite, which is pretty much the exact perfect word for this entire situation. Like I can't even argue with that. The tweet has a screenshot for what I assume to be an upcoming update announced on the Roblox website for Pet Simulator. It's coming in 4 days with an update called Grow an Egg, and this entire concept, or maybe it's a new game, it might be a new game, but either way it's going to be called Grow an Egg, and the entire idea of this game is basically the entire concept of Grow a Garden. So they said the same developer that DMCA'd another game for having square pets is now copying the entire concept of Grow a Garden, the #1 game on the platform. Talk about hypocrisy. That's it, that is basically this entire thing, and yes, this is absolutely ridiculous. Taking a look at the similarities between Grow a Garden and this upcoming game or update, Grow an Egg, it's exactly the same thing, just copy and pasted. Now, someone in the replies did say, you can't copyright an idea, you can copyright the look of an item. Simulators and other games have had pets in them for a long time before, and since the DMCA, Big Games went after the ones that had a direct connection to the style of pets used, not the concept of pets themselves. Not that I approve of the behaviour, just wanted you to have the proper facts. Like, it's a little bit of a reality check because honestly they are not completely wrong in what they said. Like, yes, it's fair to say that you cannot copyright a game concept, so yes, Grow a Garden's idea and the entire concept of that game is not protected. Other games have definitely already copied it. It's inevitable that it's going to keep getting copied by all of these different developers, all of these different games. It's going to happen. It's going to keep happening for as long as Grow a Garden is the biggest game on Roblox, and as long as this idea, this concept of this game is the biggest thing on Roblox right now. But that is not the point here. The issue here is the hypocrisy. Big Games literally filed a DMCA takedown against another game for having square pets, not for having pets. The concept of pets is completely fine. So many games on Roblox have that, but specifically because the pets in that game were square shaped. They are now turning around and stealing entire mechanics from the #1 game on Roblox without a single care in the world. The game that he took down didn't even steal from him or copy from him, and worst of all, I mean, nobody had even really heard of that game, so that was obviously a smaller game, probably with one developer, and these smaller developers do not have the resources to fight back when a giant company like Big Games comes knocking on their door, basically. So they just get wiped out, whilst Preston gets to do the exact same thing, maybe even arguably worse, and then just walks away untouched, and actually walks away with a lot more money because of this new game. One person in the replies, they nailed it. They said, Preston just found a small loophole and took full advantage, and that's it. That is summing this entire thing up perfectly. But of course, the Pet Simulator fanbase did what they always do. They showed up to defend the game, to defend Big Games, even though they absolutely do not deserve to be defended. It's almost like a little cult, really, but the original person who called all of this out, yeah, they basically got attacked, harassed, completely swarmed. They ended up tweeting, Pet Simulator players are insane. It's a literal army that I don't want to go against. Most of them are kids that just mindlessly argue for the sake of defending their favourite development studios, and that is terrifyingly accurate. Like, you try to say one thing against Pet Simulator, and suddenly you've got a bunch of 10-year-olds in your mentions typing full-on essays about why the game is perfect and how if you have so much against it, if you don't like the game, just don't play the game, or calling people jealous. It's like arguing with a mini army of these Pet Simulator fans who haven't even finished primary school yet, okay? They're not even out of nursery. But speaking of which, and other people talking about this, Schlep is clearly not afraid to speak his mind, because he also decided to jump into this drama. He tweeted, "Has Preston had a single original idea for Pet Simulator in the last 3 years?" Honestly, what he said is brutal, but it's very real. The reality is the brutality. I mean, it's not even shade at this point, it's just a genuine question, which the answer to it would be no. Then the original person who exposed the copy and replied saying, "I posted about this and a whole swarm of brainwashed kids came attacking me while ignoring my proof and logic. Here is the post if you want to have a laugh." Like, I'm not gonna lie, the first half of that message, you can actually feel the exhaustion in it. Roblox drama in general really just brings out the worst of the community, especially of Twitter. But Schlep's reply was perfect. He said, "They probably aren't even old enough to be on this app," and let's be real, that is the most accurate thing that I've said in this video. Half of the replies on these tweets are probably actually 10-year-olds defending their Pet Simulator with their whole chest, completely ignoring the actual evidence being shown. It's wild. But like, let's just think about this for a second, okay? A game developer, a grown adult might I add, once went out of their way to take down someone else's Roblox game because the shape of the pets was a little similar to the one in their own game. Not the gameplay, not the assets, they weren't stolen or anything, literally just the shape. And then the same developer turns around and copies, basically steals, the entire concept of the most popular game on the platform just because it has millions of players and happens to be trending. And somehow that's okay. That's allowed to happen, okay? Nobody's going to take down Pet Simulator because it now has the same idea as Grow a Garden. No one's even going to think about trying to touch Pet Simulator in the same way that they attacked the smaller game for a shape? But it's so backwards that it's almost funny. This hypocrisy is on such a ridiculous level that it's almost laughable. Like, we have gone full circle from the copyright claims of geometry of the pets to straight up gameplay theft. I would say let's make it make sense, let's talk about this, but at this point it's kind of just classic Pet Simulator behaviour. As Schlep said, I don't think they've had one single original idea in the last 3 years. If you've already talked about this, like on Twitter or literally anywhere that people might discuss Roblox drama, you've probably already had a run-in with the Pet Simulator army of the 10-year-olds, so I'd like to give all of you who have fought in this ridiculous war my sincerest condolences. So please, the comments is the place to go. Tell me what you guys think about Pet Simulator copying the entire concept of the most popular game on Roblox. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.